This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome to another visual rambling of mine. So I just wanted to have a quick chinwag about the channel and little things that's been going on, and nothing that you won't have seen really, but just to clarify what I'm up to and what you can expect to come in the next week or number of weeks. So since the last time I did one of these, we have had a couple of deliveries, and you'll notice what they were probably if you've been looking at what I've been posting up on the channel over the weekend. We had Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider arrive, and Fallout 4. Now, as you already know, I'm already on with doing the full Let's Plays of Wasteland 2 and Divinity, so I don't want to start a full Let's Play, really. I had planned, I took some days off last week, and I had planned to rattle through Tomb Raider and do a full Let's Play on it. But as I started it, I thought, at the point I was actually really into Divinity. I was trying to rattle through as much Divinity as I can. People have been asking me to try and get, well, hinting that if I could get more up it would be really nice. Because I've been posting up one a day, but that's kind of been because I get lumps of time where I can record and then I kind of post them up daily so that there's something coming to you every day. If I post them all up at once, then obviously there'll be big gaps of time where there's nothing. So with the time off, I've actually spent more time doing Divinity than I have anything else. I never intended to do a full Let's Play of Fallout 4 at the moment because there's just no way that I can do another RPG. I hadn't planned to do 2 RPGs at once as it was. So I have only done the very first part of Fallout. I think it was about an hour's worth, just as an intro. And I may do this with a number of games that I get. If I'm not ready to do a Let's Play on them, I'll just do the beginning of them just to give people a taste, just to let the channel have a bit of variety on it. And I'll come back and do a Let's Play on it later if that's the case. However, having said all that, if people post up that they would rather that I try to battle in and do a bit more of Fallout now, then that's absolutely fine. I can't promise I can do one every day, but I could do more and I could post more up. As it happens, I have actually played a bit more Fallout off camera, and I haven't got that far in it. But I could easily get back to where we were, where I left the Let's Play. To be honest, something like Fallout, probably you don't want to see every single second of every single thing that somebody does anyway. I mean, it is so big. So it may well be that a Let's Play of that type of game would be far better done with little hops in time every now and then, and sort of save the story elements maybe, or some of the bigger side quests for the Let's Plays, but actually do all the rummaging around and looting and all that sort of stuff off camera, or just do sort of one episode of that sort of schmelted with lots of different buildings or whatever you've been into. So it's something for me to think about anyway. But I did post up the one episode. Quite a few folk have had a little look at it. So yeah, happy with Fallout. Not going to do any more with it. Tomb Raider, I posted it up and for quite a number of hours nobody looked at it, and I was kind of getting the impression that possibly people don't want this. I thought it would be a good idea to do it because I thought all those PS4 people that can't play it until next year may be interested in seeing it. There's a flip side to that because they may not want it all spoiled story-wise, and they want it to be fresh and so on and so forth. So I kind of get it. I kind of get why people don't want to see it all the way through. However, there will be the Xbox One people who may want to see other people playing it as they do, or they might be getting it for Christmas or whatever. So it's an amazing game. I tell you, it's the same as the last game, just more epic and sort of grander, and the little things in it for building, well, adding to your weapons and upgrading them, and things like you can make your own arrows now and all this sort of thing. So there's more of a crafting mechanic than there was in the previous one. The previous one, you just kind of picked the stuff up and you got scraps for any weapon that you wanted to, you get scrap points or whatever it was in the last one. You didn't have to think about it too much. In this one, you actually use animal hides that you have, well, you kill the animals, get the hides off them, and they are used. You shoot down birds' nests, you get feathers from them, and all sorts of things. You actually take wood from trees and that sort of thing. It's not overcomplicated. I mean, it's just slightly more interesting and slightly more fun. So that's been really good. And the set pieces are much grander. Visually, it has taken, even though they did the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the last one, and upscaled them slightly, well, quite significantly, this still looks far superior than those, in my opinion. Much better. So all in all, it's been an absolute ride. I've only done 3 episodes. I've recorded 3 episodes. I've only posted 1 up. It's had about 10 hits at this point. So I don't know if I'll do any more than the 3 that I've already recorded, but I'll see what happens when I post them up. I haven't got time to actually go and play it again this weekend, I don't think, anyway. So I'll wait and see what happens with the other 3 episodes. If people are dying to see more of it, then, you know, fine. I'm more than happy to I mean, I'm going to play it anyway, so I might as well stick the mic on. I can't record too late in the evening is my main problem, so I have to try and record a couple of episodes because I do work, people. I have an actual job. So I don't sit here all day playing games, much as I'd love to. So when I come home in the evening from work, I get a couple of hours where I can record, and usually that will be in one game. Usually it'll be a couple of hours of Divinity, or it'll be a couple of hours of Wasteland, or what have you. So I only get that through the week. So when I took Wednesday to Friday off here, and I get weekends off anyway, I've had a good lump of time. I've built up a fairly... I think I've got about 11 videos that I can put up. Well, mind you, I've put 2 up, so I think about 9, and I think the majority of those are Divinity. And so through this week, this is Saturday I'm on now, so I'll do another couple of episodes of Divinity today, and once I've got that lump done, I may do another chunk of Wasteland 2. So if you're a Wasteland 2 watcher, don't worry that if you don't see them coming up every day this week. I will be doing them, and they will be coming fast and furiously after that. But I think I suggested that I was going to try and do a couple of episodes of Divinity, a couple of episodes of Wasteland, the problem with that is you don't kind of get into a groove with the game. And also, not so much with Wasteland. I find Wasteland quite easy to jump back into, but with Divinity, a lot can leave your brain if you don't play it sort of for large lumps of time, because there was so much to do that isn't battling. Whereas with Wasteland, it's kind of just turn up and deal with the problems and run around the hallways and find your way indoors. There's not the murder mystery to solve or everyone to speak to necessarily as much as there is in Divinity. So I find Divinity harder to get back into. So that's why I've kind of spent a big chunk of time playing it, and I've really enjoyed it. I think at this point in time you may have seen part 19, maybe something like that. And there's one more part that I'll be posting up tomorrow, which will be part 20, and then I've got 28 episodes recorded, so I've got another 8, and then I've got another 2 that I'll do tonight. So there's a fair lump of them coming this week. And Wasteland, I'll probably do a lump of Wasteland in recording this week, so you will see them appear, but they might just be a bit later on. So don't worry if the thing that you're enjoying me do isn't appearing every day. If there's a little gap, I will be doing it. It's just time. That's all it is. It's just time. I am but one man with one pair of gaming hands. I wish I was Dr. Octopus or something and I could play them all at once, but I can't. So I have to kind of make a choice and delve into one and then post that up and hope that people will stick with me and wait for the others. There does seem to be some people are enjoying both. Some people are just enjoying Wasteland or just enjoying Divinity. That's fine. That's okay. I think as time's going on, I am without doubt getting the impression that I should really use my channel to do RPGs predominantly, and maybe even just the RPGs that are smaller devs, really. I will do the bigger ones if they come, like Fallout. I probably will do something with Fallout. And I have got it in my head that there was one trophy that I didn't get for Dragon Age Origins, and it was to get my mage up to level 30. So I've always had this thing in my head where I wanted to play Dragon Age Origins on the PS3 again, and do the mage story again and conquer that trophy. So I have little ideas like that where I might do a flashback type of RPG, because I've still got my entire collection of games. I never trade in, so I've got all of my PS3 games, I've got all of my Xbox 360 games, and I'm obviously collecting now. I've got a fair amount of PS4 games and Xbox One games now. So I'm not just going to be doing the new ones as they come out. I will be at some point revisiting games that I've loved from the past as well. And I will, without any shadow of doubt, I think this channel will predominantly be RPGs. I think the RPG community is a slightly tighter one. I think people like talking about how they conquered battles, how they developed their characters, what skill sets they like. I mean, there's so many elements to an RPG that isn't in any other kind of game really, and I think that's why people, well, like you awesome people that have all subscribed over the last 2 weeks. I mean, I've gone from like 60 subscribers to or 62 or something, all the way up to 163. So I have gained 100 followers, and they're all RPG lovers. And the communication side of it's been absolutely awesome. You've all been speaking to me, you've all been giving me tips and tricks on what to do without spoiling any of the game. And it's you guys are playing it at the same time I'm playing it, and that's what I want. I want this channel to be like that. I want it to be people that are chatting to me, that are sharing their experiences, that are as excited as I am when they're playing a game. And that's what I love. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I set up this channel. And so yeah, I've got all sorts of kind of RPG ideas. I don't play PC games, so I will never be, well, that's not to say I will never, but it's just never been my cup of tea. I've always been a console boy, so it would have to be RPGs from consoles. But I have a fair amount of RPGs from the past, which I may revisit at some point. Not singularly. I mean, I will play newer games alongside them, but I certainly, things like Dragon Age Origins, which is one of my favourite RPGs ever at the moment. And I have others. I have things like Kingdoms of Amalur, and I have obviously Skyrim. There was sort of type of RPG type games like the Lord of the Rings, War in the North, and all these sort of little ones. So there's all sort. I mean, I've got loads. I've got so many RPGs sat there. So I may well revisit those. I may do things like that, and so on. So that's the kind of things you can expect me to do. I think, but as I say, as time has gone on with this channel, every up really has been an RPG game. So I think it's probably the time for me to accept the fact that I may well just stick to strategy games, RPG games, that sort of thing. I mean, that's the sort of like XCOM and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that's where my brain is at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed watching the stuff that I've been putting up. I've really enjoyed. I mean, I really enjoy doing Tomb Raider and stuff like that. But I just don't think there's a community there for it. I think I'll always be, 10. There's already so much of it on YouTube. It's like, much as though if you want to listen to my voice while it's being played, then lovely, thank you very much. But other than that, I mean, it's not got. It can only be played really one way. So there's not really ever going to be a community discussion about how you're going to get through the Lara Croft story. It's like loot as much as you can, kill animals, build arrows, shoot the bad guys, get through the areas. It's an epic journey and a great ride. So I don't think I'll ever have, lots of conversations with people about games like that. So I think what I'll probably do with games like that, and I may be repeating myself, is that I will... I did do, if you look at my playlists, I started something which I did on an old channel of mine, which is no longer there, called the Begins Collection. And I just played the beginning of games that I got, just to show people what they can expect. I did things like, Wolfenstein and stuff, all sorts, Metro, Last Light, and all these sorts of things. I did loads of different ones on the old channel. It was linked to a website which I no longer do, so that's why the channel isn't there anymore. But so I may well do stuff like that with the new games that I get, so I can do like an hour of it for you, and then at least it gives people an idea if they wanted to go and buy it and stuff like that. But I won't do a full let's play on it. So, or I could do a vlog on them. If you look at my playlists, I've got vlogs of games. That I haven't done a vlog for a while actually about a game, almost like a review almost, but yeah, so I may do stuff like that on the games that I'm not going to do let's plays on. But I think as far as let's plays go, I think it's going to be very RPG orientated, or at least games that verge on it. Like I had thought about doing Dishonored. I still think that might be quite a good one to do. But again, a lot of people have already done it, so I don't know. But you guys can tell me, you let me know in the comments if you want. If that's the sort of stuff that would interest you seeing, then just let me know. Or if you want me to do action games, let me know that as well. But most certainly, I think RPGs is the way that my mind's going, and it's where my heart lies as well. I mean, I have far more fun in RPGs than I do in any other kind of game. When they're good ones, and I get lost in them, and I think we all do. I think a good one you can start playing, and it's 3 in the afternoon, and you look up and it's 7 o'clock at night, and it's like, what? Especially with something like Fallout, it's like, Jesus Christ. I was playing it for 2 hours. I hadn't gone anywhere. I was just all I was trying to do was build like a shed with some electricity in it. It took me 2 hours to figure it out. But I was enjoying it. I just hadn't kind of done anything in the game. So it's like there's going to be so many hours just like you just get lost in it. Skyrim was the same. I mean, even the smaller RPGs are like that. I mean, I was like that with Dragon Age Origins, and because I'm the sort of guy that wants to look everywhere and see everything, and I want to level up as best I can, so I'm forever looting and fighting, and as we do in RPG world. So there you are. That's really, I think that was all I wanted to ramble on about today. It was just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. So don't be worried if you don't see, Summer Wasteland coming every day, because in a number of days' time it suddenly will. It's just time, and the same with Divinity. If that suddenly gets a bit light, don't worry if, a number of days after that, I'll suddenly have more to give you. So it's just time. It's just me getting time to do what I want to do. And much as I'd love to do it all day, every day, I can't. I do have a real job that I have to go and do. And I love my real job, actually. Programming and web design and all that sort of stuff. So I'm quite lucky. And this is something that I enjoy doing at night as well. So double bonus. But thank you, everyone, again, for the stupid amount of subscriptions that I've got to this silly little channel of mine. And I hope you will stay with me and keep watching what I'm doing and chatting to me more than anything else. And it has been an honour and a privilege chatting to you today. And I will see you all soon. Take it easy, bye.